How to get joysticks and controllers working with Battlefield 6, or just about anything, with force feedback if you wield a stick worthy of such glory. This guide is focused on the EA app, but is workable for Steam if you don't like Valve's built-in solution. You need 3 installs off of GitHub, a driver for a virtual Xbox controller, a mapper to convert your joystick into said controller, and a device ID masker to stop the game doubling up your inputs. If it works for you, throw me a happy boop in the comments. You want more instruction? Download, install, configure your controllers and you're good. That's all there is to it, except for when you break things. Don't break things. If you're sure you won't, hop along. Or stick around for some emotional scarring, and I'll take you through it step by step. Hi. I play support, despite all accusations to the contrary. If you're here, you've probably noticed that the joysticks and PlayStation controllers aren't supported on the EA app for Battlefield 6, Skate, or some similar game. Maybe you're used to running DS4 Windows or InfoMapper to get your stick working, and now launch fails with the error, "The software cannot be used at the same time as the game." The simplest ways around this are to use an Xbox controller instead, or to map things out in Steam, covered later in the video just in case. But a good stick is a dog's best friend. Let me introduce you to mine. This beautiful beast is a 25-year-old Microsoft Sidewinder Force Feedback 2. No longer made or sold by anybody. Force Feedback patents expired. So do something with it, people. No, not that. Don't do that. But you don't need my stick. Just about any old stick will do. And this is X360 CE, one of my favorite pieces of free software. This is what maps your joystick to an Xbox controller. But first you need to install these virtual joystick drivers. It's pretty straightforward, though not as quick as my edit here. And back to X360 CE. You place it in its own little folder, run it before the game, configure, and then minimize it. It's very straightforward, and there's a decent FAQ on the website, but I'll quickly walk you through my settings. This program is a godsend if you have mobility issues and need to combine multiple controllers into one, or if you're just an enthusiast with complex needs. I personally set this up for Grand Theft Auto 5 with my controller for ground vehicles, a mouse for aim, and joystick for flight. It also works for Battlefield 2042, though they did later add joystick support. The best bit is that it can translate controller rumble into vibrations for my force feedback stick. Every time something goes boom nearby, I feel it. Precision of a stick, rumble of a controller, good times. Be warned, force feedback, if you have it, is absolutely going to throw your aiming reticle all over the place. But you would not turn down the strength setting, would you? No, you're a fellow Black Label aficionado. I like it just like you. No milk, no water, no cup, whole bag and potato dips. But it's not about you or me. It's about the joystick. How does vibration make you feel, Mr. Joystick? Now, it's not always appropriate to have everyone on your disc staring at your stick. You never know if they're going to try and squeeze in and double up on your inputs, and it's also pretty frustrating when they're either outright ignoring yours or apparently incapable of detecting it. This is where HIDH comes in handy. You mask your joystick. You mask your controller. You tell the HIDH configuration client what processes should be able to see through the mask, and voila, you're done. Warning, if you're using HIDH to mask devices from the EA app, please be careful you don't also hide your devices from anything critical you're using them for. Like, don't invert the mask and then mask a keyboard and mouse, or you won't have a keyboard and mouse. If you mask a device and manage to uninstall the program without unmasking the device first, you're just going to give yourself a headache. The developer has released a tool called Legasinator to help you unbreak things just in case, but just don't. I don't particularly recommend the built-in HID Guardian unless you really want to experiment with breaking things. I've always found HIDH to be the cleaner experience. Now, what about bans? Well, I'm not aware of anyone abusing this program or being banned for it, even dating back to the early days of Grand Theft Auto 5. So, Battlefield Studios, DICE, EA, if you're listening, please don't. I think we'd all very much appreciate a return of regular old joystick support features instead. Now what about if you have Steam? Well, if you've got a joystick that lacks rumble or a controller that enjoys it, Steam's fairly straightforward to set up. Unfortunately, the last time I tried, I had to bind every button the controller required, but then couldn't push all the way through as my joystick now has less functioning buttons than an Xbox controller. The time may one day come that my little joy takes its last flight, but that day is not today. All right. It was a gorgeous gear.